Welcome, everybody, to Nashville Knows. We're coming to you from downtown 2nd Avenue, Nashville, world-famous Wild Horse Saloon. And we're brought to you by Line Dancer Magazine and The Dance Advantage. And we're so excited to welcome our special guest today, Rhonda Towns, Dawn recording artist. How are you doing, Rhonda?
Doing great, Barry. How are you?
Doing wonderful. It's good to have you here in Nashville, where it's nice and humid compared to where you came from.
Oh, my God. Chandler, Arizona. And I tell you, it was 106 degrees a couple of days ago. But we have more of the dry heat out there. So I can take that and, oh, God, it's humid here. It really is.
Yeah, it works you over. It doesn't even have to be that hot in order to feel the ramification of that. Well, let's talk about, I've been reading your bio and everything. Of course, you're a very accomplished entertainer in all sorts of arenas, but let's go back to the beginning. You are the daughter of a pastor, so obviously this must have had some kind of influence bringing you into music. How was that?
Well, I grew up in the church. Actually, I always say that both my parents are ministers, my mom too. And it's just always been a part of my life, as far as I can remember, singing in the choir. That branched on into school choir at school, and then in college I sang in the choir too. So, and then in church, you look at country music. Country music is so intertwined with each other. You have those old gospel hymns that we used to sing, and you just hear that grassroots in church, and the same way with country music too. So I love country music. I really do.
Right. So tell us, who are some of your influences in country?
Oh, my God. I go back to some of the traditional singers like Patsy Cline. Of course, Reba McEntire, she's still there. Praise the Lord that she still is. Loretta Lynn, I mean, you listen to her, there's that innocence in her voice, that sweetness. There's that power in Reba McEntire. Patsy Cline, she was way before her time. And, I look at myself, I don't try to sing like anybody else. When you hear Rhonda Towns, you're hearing that authentic, distinctive voice of Rhonda Towns. So those are some of the women that have influenced me. Very good,
very good. All right, let's talk about your experience on Ed McMahon's Star Search.
Oh, you're going back a long time. Yes, I was on Ed McMahon's Star Search, and that was kind of like my debut of being a country music artist. It was fun, and I won the first time, and I got bumped off the second time. But I will never forget, because I was so sad, and when they film Star Search, you actually get a chance to sit out in the audience and watch all the other, talent part of it too after you lose. And I'll never forget, he saw me sitting in the audience, and he walked by and he pointed, he says, "You will be a star." Because I was so sad. You could see it on my face, and I guess my face was just kind of like sitting there looking at him and everything. But I have not given up. I'm still here, and I'm just determined to bring Rhonda Towns out to the forefront, so all of the country music fans and listeners will be aware of Rhonda Towns.
Great. So now, did your appearance on Star Search, did this ultimately lead you to Nashville?
This ultimately led me to Nashville. My first producer was Nora Wilson, and there's a little story behind that, because Shannon Scott, which is Ray Scott's wife, she actually introduced me to Nora. She set up the meeting, and I flew out from Arizona with my husband. We brought my karaoke box, and Nora, he met me, he took the meeting and everything, and it was so funny because I hadn't done a demo. And Noro said to me, he says, "Well, Rhonda, go back to Arizona, do me a little 3-song demo." And my husband, he looked over at him, he says, "Well, wait a minute." He says, "We flew all the way from Arizona. She's got the karaoke box in the suitcase. She's gonna sing for you right now." So I sang A Picture of Me Without You. And right then and there, Noro decided to produce Rhonda Towns. He produced 4 songs on me, and Slow Rain was one of those songs. And that was written by Dobie Gray, Ricky Ray Rector, Bud Reno. And I tell you, this song is timeless. It really is. And we just did a remix on it. And I tell you, I'm just looking forward to really great things with this song.
Well, we're excited about Slow Rain, too, and we're going to be talking more about that as far as the involvement with the dance community on that. Let's talk about the current CD. It's a great CD, a lot of wonderful tracks on there. Of course, it's been out now for a little while.
Yeah, it's been out now going on 3 years. I actually released the first single off the album actually back in 2005, and I just pretty much decided to say, you know what, I'm not going to sit back and wait for somebody to do something for me. I'm just going to just move out and try try to get it done. And I started Dawn Records, which is, my own independent label. I started it right from my house in Arizona. And it just went from there. I actually got on the phone myself, and Harold Shedd actually helped me get a radio promoter to help me get airplay. And I would get on the phone and say, hey, I'm Rhonda Towns. You've been supporting my single. You know what? Can I send you some pictures? I was just like this one-man show working from my house. And I look at what has happened now. We released Something Better, which Bo Allen, he wrote. We have a video from that song, Something Better. And things have just progressed, And like I said before, where there's a will, there's a way. My mom always taught me there's no such thing as can't. And, it gets hard sometime. And I go back to my father. My dad, he suffered a stroke about 3 years ago. But, I look at him, and he would always tell me when things would get kind of down. He would say, you know what, Billy Joe, that's kind of like my nickname that he would call me because his name is Billy. He's like, when you feel like you can't stand, stand anyhow. And I can just see him to this day. And I tell you, it sticks in your mind, and you just keep on going. You really do.
Yeah, that's great advice, really. Well, Slow Rain, as we're talking about this, we've got two great dances that we're releasing on this DVD. We've got a line dance, and we got what's called a pattern partner dance as well. So we're really excited to get the music out into the dance community. And yes, well, I'm going to have to ask you then, do you dance?
I do dance, but I'm not a good dancer. I'm kind of a goofy dancer, but I can dance, though. I can dance. And I'm really excited about seeing this video that you've been working on. I'm excited.
Yeah, I think the dancers are going to really enjoy the music. And then, of course, we're going to be looking forward to forthcoming releases from you as well. And hopefully we're going to be able to do more with the Dance Advantage with you as well.
Absolutely. We're looking forward to going into the studio. And Biff Watson is going to be producing the next album on me. So I'm really excited about him. He worked on MMA Jacobs' project. And Biff's been around for a while. And I'm really looking forward to getting in there and just showing people, some other sides of Rhonda Towns. I want to bring some of the inspirational things from church and more country music. We're going to try to add some Christmas songs in there too. So I really want to try to take advantage of really an album, the sophomore album that's long overdue, and just to give everybody Rhonda Towns.
All right. So what is your ultimate goal? Are a lot of these independent releases that you're doing, are you trying to work towards a major record deal or just to tour as an independent artist? What's the ultimate goal for you?
You know what? I want it all. Just like that song says, Rhonda Towns, I Want to Be Loved by You, my first release. I want everything. I mean, I really want to venture more into, I want to do some more modeling. I would love to do possibly a hostessing of something, just to really get involved with everything that's out there that I can take advantage of. I really want to do that. So
just be a well-rounded entertainer.
Just be a well-rounded entertainer, stick to my values, and just really give a message of being positive. I don't know if you know, but at home I support a foundation called Save the Family Foundation. And I feel like that we need to keep our families lifted up. I also help support Make-A-Wish Foundation of Arizona. That's actually, Make-A-Wish was actually founded in Arizona. So those are some of the things I really, really want to get strongly involved in.
What advice would you give to other aspiring female artists that are trying to break barriers to try to get involved in the music industry?
You know what? I would really suggest to them, and I was forced to learn everything because it was a little bit harder for me, and just to really keep family close around you. Stay close to your faith, of course, because that is your strength and that's your power. And, just think about what you do. Don't let everybody talk to you and tell you, that this can be done, or, because it's, there's some sharks out there. It really is. But at the same time, keep your family around you. And then listen to that sixth sense. That's the main thing. We, are given 5, but there's always that voice that says, well, maybe I shouldn't do this. That's normally the one that's always right. And then if you do go against it, then you say, I should have listened to that voice, So, but I would definitely suggest that.
Absolutely. It is a hard business, and you have to be ready for a lot of hard knocks, and you seem like you've equipped yourself very, very well.
I've had some stumbling blocks there, and and I've been around people in the industry that haven't been so honest. But at the same time, the one thing that I go back to, and I always go back to my mother, she's that inspirational, spiritual partner that I have been blessed with. And I tell you, you have to have somebody that you feel so comfortable with, and that they can help you and they can guide you, and that's the main thing. But and I always say, it's like my parents, they raised us to be spiritual. It wasn't necessarily religious, but they raised us to be spiritual, and I thank the Lord for that. I really do.
Great, great. Well, I know the dancers will be anxious to meet you. We're hoping that we'll be able to get you out at some of the dance events. Is there anything that you would like to say in particular to the dance community as we release your music to them?
Well, Slow Rain is a special song. It's timeless. It really is. And I'm pretty sure you are going to enjoy it. I'm really excited about the new remix of Slow Rain. And give it a chance. I tell you one thing, it'll make you get closer to your partner, that's for sure.
It is a great song. We really like it. And when we were shooting the DVD, the dancers really enjoyed it and everything and doing the dances. So we're really excited. And I think you all are going to enjoy it as well. So now be on the lookout for Rhonda Towns, because all of her music is available. Let me get this right. CD Baby,
Absolutely.
Amazon,
iTunes, Amazon.com, wherever you can do a digital download, you can get this single. It's Walmart.com too. So if you want to go to my website, which is www.rondatowns.com, no E. Everybody always try to put that E in my name. I'm on MySpace. You can Twitter me. I'm on Facebook. And we're just trying to take advantage of everything right now, Barry. We really are.
Great. That's TOWNS. All right. Make sure you write that down. Don't put the E in there. Well, Rhonda, we appreciate so much you being here, and we're so excited working with you and you're inserting the dance community as a component of your career.
Absolutely.
And we'll be looking forward to seeing you out there, and want everybody to be on the lookout. Make sure you get a copy of her current CD, which is called
Rhonda Towns, I Want to Be Loved by You.
And then the new one, which will be coming out sometime possibly in the fall?
We're looking at, most likely now it's probably going to be September with everything and, of course, getting everything done. But, we had spoken before, as soon as we get something that we feel like is going to be really strong, we're going to let you have it. And most likely the first song is going to be an upbeat tempo song. So it's going to be hard-hitting, funky, honky-tonk country.
Great. And that's great to dance to, too. So we're going to be in good business there. Well, great. We appreciate it again, Rhonda. Thanks so much for being here, and sure thing. Well, that about wraps up another episode of Nashville Notes. So if you want more information on Line Dancer Magazine, be sure to go to linedancermagazine.com. You can learn more about Dance Advantage by going to thedanceadvantage.com. And also, when you're in Nashville, be sure to stop by the Wild Horse Saloon. You can find out more information on all of their happenings at wildhorsesaloon.com. I'm Barry Amato. Until next time, we'll see you.